Good morning. I'm very pleased to join Minister Sekovic here today at this press conference and use this opportunity to speak to two issues. The risks to children, especially those left behind, whose education has been severely interrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. And also to join the Minister in congratulating those behind the launch of the e-enrollment system, particularly UNDP, the Ministry of Public Administration and the European Union for funding this initiative in the context of public administrative reform programme that seeks to create more transparent, efficient and service-orientated institutions. In March, UNESCO estimated that 1.54 billion children and youth were out of school. Many will continue their lessons using e-based learning, but many will not. It will be those with disabilities, young refugees and displaced children, and children from vulnerable communities who will be most at risk of dropping out of school or never accessing education again. Even where options to continue education exist, they're not going to be reached by all. In poor households without access to internet or computers, for young girls called on to help with household chores or look after younger children, or in households where there's no parental guidance or help, children will certainly fall behind in their learning, and this is estimated by a year or more. Secretary-General Gutierrez has called on governments and donors to prioritise education for all children, and in line with Agenda 2030 and Sustainable Development Goal number 4, a global education coalition has been established to support governments in strengthening distance learning and facilitating the reopening of schools. Happily, I can confirm that Montenegro rose to the challenge of COVID-19. The Ministry of Education and the entire education system vested extraordinary efforts to ensure children have had access to remote learning opportunities. The Usidoma initiative shows the capacity of this system to respond to the crisis, enabling children to study at home and stay healthy. The success of this project is due to many factors, including the dedication, speed and innovation, plus the vision for a modern, agile and open education system which is fit for the 21st century. But of course there are also gaps and continuing challenges. A rapid assessment of the social impact of the pandemic that the UN system has recently conducted in April shows that there are children who do not have access to a TV or internet and are not able to follow the distance learning measures. There's a need for support, in particular for beneficiaries of social assistance, for Roma families, refugee children, children in foster care, and children whose parents have a history of substance abuse. Students with disabilities require additional assistance, and while adolescents have mostly adapted well to the situation, many feel overburdened with homework and miss their regular social interactions. A large number of adolescents are concerned about their academic prospects and employment, and more than 75 believe that they will face significant challenges in finding work during at least the next 12 months. The Ministry of Education is working hard to fill these gaps and address these challenges, and the UN system in Montenegro is supporting efforts by improving and expanding the Usidoma remote learning programme, as well as teachers' capacities to provide high-quality digital content. Support to parents of young children with quality materials through the Play at Home campaign, ensuring that vulnerable children have access to paper-based learning materials, and additional assistance for new services such as the online enrolment we talk about today for preschool, primary school and in the future high school. So to allow parents to enrol children in a safe and timely manner for the next school year, a new online enrolment system is launched. UNDP anchor this initiative through their work with the Ministry of Public Administration and through support of the EU on the establishment of electronic services for citizens and the development of a national system of exchange of data amongst the state registries. In partnership with the Ministry of Education, a new electronic service was created to facilitate enrolment in kindergartens and elementary schools and expected to be launched on Monday. This is a long-lasting digital solution which will make lives better, easier for both parents and kids and school administrations. It will take less time, use less paper, and can be done from the comfort of your own home. Also, capacity building was provided to the staff in all schools across the country on how to handle the data from this e-service. In parallel, UNICEF continue to provide assistance to the overall reform of the education system, especially during this emergency. They work to ensure the suitability of the Montenegrin education information system, making the system suitable for online enrolment and other relevant processes. The new web-based services for online enrolment will be expanded to include secondary schools in the future. So in conclusion, I'd like to confirm that the United Nations is happy to continue to support the education system in Montenegro, and we stand by your side in the response to the immediate challenges as well as during the recovery phase while schools are reopening, and we need to find a new normal that allows children to learn and grow.